The little uns have been up to their old tricks again. Jill looked white as a sheet.
It's all right. Here, what's everyone whispering about? Haven't you heard?
Clive.
Talia. How's Jill?
Recovering, but she still needs her rest.
Of course. Take good care of her, won't you?
I'll do my best. Oh, Gav was looking for you. He said he had something to show you in the shelves.
The shelves? Oh, that's right. He went to ask Harpocrates about Torgor. He must have found something. You have the look of a man with the twins upon his shoulders, Rodrigue.
Talia has tasked me with removing a Cursebreaker's brand. But it's my first time, and I don't think I can do it. I'm afraid of what happens if I fail. Is it really worth them?
You don't need me to answer that. You know full well what we're fighting for. I hope as much as you that one day bearers can walk among others as equals. But until that day, and we must lift that, the operation may be dangerous.
I know. What's that griping about my...
I know you will.
Unfortunately, the first thing that needs doing is the preparation of a draft to dull the pain. Something I can't do with the...
Just tell me what you need.
No one knows Herblord like Talia, and she swears by ammonia for easing pain. It's unfortunately for you. If we could get ammonia to grow here...
The river was easy enough to find. Now for those herbs.
Get him!
This is the only plant around here with blue flowers. I hope it's the right one. Should be enough to keep the infirmary stocked for a while. Hopefully this will put Rodriguez minded. He's...
The little ones have been up to their old tricks again.
I hope you didn't have too much trouble finding the ammonia.
Only the usual.
Oh, yes. This is it. And more than I was expecting. I dare say the patient won't feel a thing. That is, unless I...
You'll do fine. Talia trusts you. Which means I trust you. The hideaway would be lost without skilled physicers like yourself.
Thank you for the kind words. Truly. But... I'm sorry. I'm still terrified. The brand is more than just ink on flesh. It's a death sentence. Milk of the wyvern tail lurking just below the surface of the skin. One ill-conceived incision, a single slip, and even success means tremendous pain. I became a physiker to help people, not to kill them.
Cursebreakers lead hard lives. And the operation is only the beginning. They toil in the shadows, risking life and limb, knowing their effort, and yet we have no shortage of volunteers. The day I decided that I would take Sid's name was the same day Talia took my brand.
I remember. It wasn't long after we came here. What little medicine Talia managed to salvage from the wreckage of the old place had been used up treating the wounded. She begged that your operation be delayed until a new supply of antalgics was found. Procedure was even more dangerous back then. Only a few souls had undertaken it. Doris, Cole, a handful of other curse breakers, and those who are no longer with us. Those who lost their lives in the process. It wasn't something to be done like...
No. But it would... He always led from the front, and never asked anyone to take a risk for his cause that he was unwilling to take himself, even if he knew that it might cost him his life.
Hold still, Clive! Hold...
I knew there'd be pain. That I might not survive. And I was afraid. But I would never be able to call my...
I didn't know.
We all want our brands removed. But it's a decision each of us must make for ourselves, on our own terms. Rodrigue, I know your work isn't easy, but neither is going on.
It's natural for a patient to feel like they're suffering in solitude. Thank you for helping me remember that. I'm sorry I'll let my fear get the better of me. I'm ready.
Damn the bastard who thought to mix branding ink with the foulest poison known to man. Since then, bearers have only ever had two choices. Court the crystal's curse in service of their masters, or defy the brand and suffer the wyvern's wrath. Either way, it's an agonizing death.
Here. What's everyone whispering about? Haven't you heard? Lynn's back.
Jill looked white as a sheet.
Clive, where have you been? I've been wanting to ask you something about Torgal. Where did you get him, like, in the first place?
My father brought him back from one of his expeditions into the Northern Territories. They were crossing a snowfield when they heard his cries, and, seeing no sign of his pack, they took him in.
What do you reckon, Torms?
It certainly adds weight to the theory. Clive, I believe that Torgal may be no mere hound, but a rare frostwolf, an animal native to the far northern reaches of Valisthea. In one of our oldest bestiaries, I found reference to a frostwolf who served as guardian to an ancient queen of the north. Such was his mastery over ether, he could cast magics on command. His name was Fenrir.
Fenrir the Frostwolf.
Now, the annals do not state it explicitly. A girl from the Northern Territories and her faithful hound. One awakens as the dominant of Shiva, and the other...
You're saying that Jill granted Torgal his powers?
What?
Just like Fenrir. People called him my hound, but Torgal and Jill were insept just when his master needed him the most.
You're right. If it weren't for...
Quite. His latent birthright as a frostwolf. It had only to be unlocked.
Oh, get you, Torgal!
You're an
And regarding your original concern, why, the beast has the appetite of a behemoth. Just this very morn, I found him with his nose buried in my nuts.
Sawyer! Bernard's here! I need you to introduce us so we can get to work.
I shan't be a moment. It is.
Well, I couldn't have done it without you. You and everyone else. But I promise I'll pay you back. I'm gonna work my fingers to the bone for you, just you wait.
Then I look forward to seeing. Now that that's settled, I wonder if Vivian's made any progress tracking down Kupka.
We have everything we need to begin work in earnest.
And work in earnest we shall.
Thanks for before, son. That was a good deed you did me. Only right I do you one in return.
Thanks for letting me do this, Clive. I'll pay you back, I promise.
I think I'll wait till Mid's away to take a tour of her dungeon.
How goes the hunt for Kupka?
Largely in circle. We have myriad sightings of strange soldiers in unexpected places. If only we knew for certain by what route he left Rosalith.
Well, keep at it. If anyone can piece this puzzle together, it's you. And I'm willing to wait as long as it takes.
What?
Word that be...
Do you know, Clive? I believe it a mercy that you didn't inherit your father's throne. Your poor people would...
You have nothing to worry about on that front.
Clive, have you got a minute? We, have a guest.
A guest?
For your trouble. It was a pleasure, in hindsight.
Uncle Byron?
Clive, my boy! Tap a cask and stoke the ovens for your favourite uncle is here!
The Dhalmekian government sues for peace. How shall we respond?
If they're willing to accept their fault in the matter, I see no reason to refuse them.
Still, we must insist on substantial reparations. Twinside stores are not as bottomless as reported.
Aye, and we have many more mouths to feed. We shall just have to have the Dhalmeks empty their treasuries for us.
Of course, none of this would have been possible without your timely intervention, Prince Olivier.
Indeed, I doubt any of us would have had the courage to trade words with the mighty Titan, nor less the wit to win him over.
The Empire owes you a great debt.
May the blessing of the crystals go with you, Your Highness.
May the blessing of the crystals go with you.
Very good.
Now, let us come to the question of precisely when the Dalmex will withdraw their troops.
Dion's fire could rid us of them in mere moments. The men of the Fist will not withdraw until a peace treaty is concluded. So let us keep the negotiations open, give them time to gather what gold and trinkets they can, and once they deliver that which we demand, what worth is a piece of parchment?
Your Radiance, were Prince Dion to take the field, the enemy would surely send their own dominant to meet him. And while His Highness would of course prevail, there would be heavy losses on both.
You need not fear Hugo Kupka. He is engaged on the Western Front. Even were the Dalmex to send for him, he would not arrive in time. As much as I would enjoy witnessing a clash between Bahamut and Titan, it is not to be.
And what of your subjects, your Radiance? If the fighting spread to the city proper, the people would bear the brunt of it.
There will be losses, it is true. Yet for every citizen who falls, another can be bred. For every home that burns, another can be built. The Empire will live on. Dion?
Yes, sire.
Prepare for battle.
But sire...
Do not make me repeat myself. Return to your camp and await my orders.
If that is your wish, your Radiance, I shall depart at once. May Gregor forgive you.
What do the astrologers augur?
The stars are in agreement, Your Radiance. The shadow of treachery hangs over Prince Dion.
So Annabella's tales were true. You disappoint me, Dion.
What on earth is Uncle Byron doing here? Only one way to find out.
The little uns have been up to their old tricks again. It's just one thing after another around here.
Well, fuck me. Never thought I'd see the day, Lord Byron.
Ah, my dear nephew. How I've missed you.
How did you find this place, Uncle?
Through the good offices of young Sir Wade. He really is the most helpful fellow. As are you, I hear. The Guardians and those they freed tell the most outlandish tales of your heroics in Rosalith. Which is why I came, to learn the full truth of the matter. Sort the fact from the fiction, so to speak.
You were working with the Guardians of the Flame to evacuate the people of Rosalith to Port Isolde.
I was, aye.
Then I have questions for you. Please, come inside, Uncle.
Gladly. You there? There are 2,000 gold talents in those chests. See that they're added to my nephew's coffers, would you?
2,000?
And I'm afraid that is all I know.
A fleet sailing south past Port Isolde. Most...
Forgive me for not being able to tell you more. I hadn't the faintest idea Kupka withdrew wounded from Rosalith.
What do you think, Vivian?
I think, with this news of the Dhalmekian fleet and recent report, come here and I'll show you. It is known that Kupka's forces entered Rosaria via its unguarded coast. So can the same be said of your visitors from Waloed? Certainly her Royal Navy is famed for the efficiency with which it bears her knights from one battlefield to the next. And in the Einherjar, or Black Galleon, she boasts a vessel nigh as swift, and every bit as feared as the kingdom's legendary cavalry. A fitting flagship for a land apart, her naval presence being crucial to her ambitions beyond Ash. Yes, it seems safe to assume that the Royalists did indeed enter Rosaria from the sea. So then, Had you a vested interest in Titan's survival, whither would you take him? Why, home to Drake's Fang, a place rich enough in ether to conjure the magics needed to mend his hurts. Or would that not entail an arduous voyage around the Southern Cape? Let us say that the Royalists did put ashore with a mind to spirit Kupka away from under your very nose. Could that truly have been their plan for him? To load him aboard one of the ships flying Republican colors sighted off the coast near Port Isolde. To spend weeks at sea, being tossed hither and yon by unforgiving waves, his life hanging in the balance. No. The journey would mean Titan's death, and Kupka's faithful creatures would not allow it. So what then was the plan of our Waluda friends? Reports suggest they made not for the coast, but for the desert. And by cutting through the Velcroy, a party traveling light would have Titan back in his bed days before a galley could lurch into port. To wit, it was the Royalists, not the Republicans, who effected Hugo Kupka's safe retreat. I would stake your life on it.
So it was the Waludas who spirited the wretch away. Now I think about it, there was something a little strange about the ships I saw. The men seemed almost crestfallen, as if in mourning, as if they believed, or were made to believe, that their master was dead.
You have a keen... And you have your answer. To find Kupka, you have merely to... It may well have gone cold by...
Allow me to... As luck would have it, I had intended...
I'd be glad of the company. Give me a moment to make ready. I need to tell my friends what we've...
Very well.
Ah, my favorite pupil. How may I help you today? The state of the realm is ever-changing, Clive.
Mid's finished outfitting her little workshop, I hear. With a little help from Sid, of course.
Otto, Kupka's at Drake's Fang. I'll be leaving before sunset.
You're not going in there alone, are you?
Don't worry. I'm not going there to destroy the Mother Crystal. All I'm after is Kupka's head. I won't risk any more than I have to.
The Lanza and the Fang are all Kupka. You have any trouble on the way, you ask for...
Who is she?
An old associate of Sid's. And we've heard nothing from her since he died. But I'm thinking...
Thanks.
So, what about your uncle?
Don't look so worried.
Thank fuck for...
Gav, Ott.
You can count on her.
All right, Uncle.
We shall. I was a young man when last I walked this path. There's an old trading post not far from here. The road to Drake's Fang leads through it.
The trading post it is.
Our destination lies over that dune, beyond the ruins. Mark them well, Clive. It's all too easy to lose one's bearings in the sands.
This one.
Years ago, when you were you and I rode this way. You and your father on a scouting expedition to Drake's Fang.
He let me come with you.
I'm not surprised you don't remember. It was just before Joshua was born. You were so eager to be there when your brother arrived that you whipped your chocobo too hard on the journey home and fell from the saddle. I shall never forget how Elwyn fussed over you as you sat in the sand, bawling like a babe.
This one.
Good girl.
Fly, Ambrosia. Get him! It's over.
Who do you think those soldiers were in the inn?
Friends of friends, I'd wager. They look very friendly.
Come on.
There she is. The good old Dalamil Inn. Do you know, this heat has given me quite a thirst. A quick drink before we press on?
Look, there. Those are Ashen steeds. No doubt about it.
And such a long ride from Stonehair. Our Waluda friends must be soothing their saddle sores in the inn. Shall we join them? Run along and play now, Torgal. Dogs aren't allowed inside.
Good day to you. Eating?
Sorry about my pal. He only talks when his mouth's full. What do you recommend?
Well, if you're after something light, we do a fine chocobo soup with lentils and honey.
2 bowls of that, then. An ale.
Right you are.
Hey, girl!
Coming!
Your pal?
Would you rather be my squire?
Your Grace, it is plain you are not yet well enough to travel. If you would only let me take you to someone who can better attend to your ills.
No, we must press on. Prince Dion has returned to his camp and will soon depart for the front. I must speak with him at all costs. Miss this chance and I may never get another. You do understand that?
Yes, Your Grace. But you must at least agree to take your medicine. I'll fetch you some water.
Keep watch, they tell us. But all I see is sand.
I hear they got our guest back to the Fang without any trouble. We'll be leaving soon enough.
Why the Lord Commander dragged us all this way just to save that blockhead skin, we'll never know. Dominant or not, he's a bloody idiot.
That'll be Kupka, then.
Well, let's get this down us. We've a long way to go.
Hey, you.
Uncle?
Sorry.
Can you walk, Your Grace?
What's wrong?
I fear trouble may be brewing downstairs.
You two are travelers, are you not? Me and my companions are strangers here. Perhaps you'd be good enough to accompany us a while. Help us find our way.
Sorry, lads, but we've got business in Camber that can't wait.
Ah, I'm sure you could spare us an hour or two.
Come on.
Friend.
I'm afraid we don't have a moment to lose. Stay back, Uncle.
Gladly.
Yakov, take him!
Try it.
Bravo, my boy! Just like that!
It's over. You.
So far from home.
For your trouble. Word of advice, miss. That soup could do with a touch more salt.
Now's our chance. Your Grace?
I'm fine. Yeah.
Clive?
What is it now?
It's nothing. Let's go.
Well, we didn't know where to find Kupka before. We do now.
The Royalists said it themselves. Their guest is in the Fang. We should press on before any more of their friends turn up.
Needed to a silken softness. Take a sniff, good sir.
My carpets have pride of place.
Why is the tavern shut?
Another fight, is it?
Sorry, but the Master's not here at the moment. All orders have to go through him.
Let me treat you. I need a drink.
Fucking men of the wrong. Anytime they pull their snouts under Kupka's trough is...
Light it, fat...
Ah, they've closed the road. It would seem Lord Kupka is not accepting.
We have to get through.
Not by...
By guile, then. Perhaps the desert.
Rosina. But how will we find...
And that she was Sid's other collaborators. I'll wager this.
That would certainly help to narrow the search. We need only inquire as to who...
And that's exact.
Looks like we're getting back to Drake's Fang on Tom.
Well, it's not all we've got to read.
Mummy, I want to play with the crystal. How many times do I have to tell you? It's not a toy.
Hanging lanterns, keep the darkness from your door.
Made from the stoutest stoneware.
The juiciest meat from green. Fed birds. One bite and you'll be begging for more.
Silver platters.
Anything I can interest you in? Here you are. Thank you for your custom.
Light it, for Gilbert's sake. You're a bearer, aren't you?
Anything I can allow me. My good man, we're seeking to expand. Well, we're best. Thank you. Oh, no. Well.
Dalino is famous for its spas, its markets, and its smithies. Somebody at one of those.
This river runs all the way to the southern seas.
$1,000 gil for a measly bunch of Gazal.
It's all the fault of this blasted war.
The moment they find out you're from the Empire.
What do you want?
I won't keep you long. A woman by the name...
Never heard of her.
One more question. If I wanted to find the richest...
Oh, that's easy. The Briar's Kiss. Won't find a finer smith. The owner's only you.
The Briar's Kiss.
I doubt this young sprig is the person we're looking for. You said Sid's contact was likely to be an influential sort. Influence comes with age and experience. Believe you me.
That boy at the Briar's Kiss is a real talent. People...
Can I help you?
Yes, a long-standing...
Then you should ask. He's been here for years. No, try the baths.
Thank...
Ask for Ferda at the baths.
Well, it sounds like we have our man.
Perhaps. Let's go and find out exactly what this Ferda knows. Excuse me.
I am.
I hope so. Do you know Rosina?
And
she was a close...
Very well. Go to the board. I know who you're looking for. Go to the board.
Do you think we can trust him? Only as far as I think he trusts us.
This town is truly blessed.
So you're the ones who've been...
I beg your...
Don't play the... Stick your...
Who are you working for? Him or her?
Him. The boss. He wanted us to test you.
Though one could hardly call that a test.
Lord Ferda?
Look what the cat dragged in.
Your skill with the blade is rare indeed, my lord. A fitting talent for an outlaw.
You know who I am. So what now? Call in the Men of the Rock and collect the bounty?
That isn't my decision to make. Our work is done. Take him to meet his precious Rosina. She will be interested to make his acquaintance.
Yes, my lord. To the Lock of Leisure, then.
To the Lock of Leisure.
Weights and pots! Bowls and
Fresh bread, warm from the oven.
The most fragrant herbs and spices.
Is this the place?
Lubor's Forge. The Briar's Kiss.
Ah, so it was the young sprig after all. So much for Rosina Dalamil being a woman of experience.
It was an easy mistake to make, Uncle. After all, I'm sorry. Whoever this Lubor truly is, he's...
See that he gets it. Lubor, Lord Ferda told me to bring them to you.
My boys tell me you're in need of assistance. Sid the Second.
I won't waste your time. I need passage through the south gate.
Tell me, what do you think is a merchant's most important commodity? Why, trust. Everyone knows that. Without it, you have nothing. And nothing is exactly what you have. And so, for you, I, too, have nothing. I'm not in the business of helping every lost puppy that wanders in off the street. I'm a busy man, as you can see.
Let's leave this mummer to his farce.
By all means. Find someone else to help you on your way. Just be sure to tell them you're not the two travelers from the inn the guards are looking for. Don't want them jumping to conclusions, do we?
Why, you...
So, what do we need to do to earn your trust?
I like this one. Willing to do whatever it takes to get what he wants. Ha! Men like you have a special place in my heart. Why, you ask? Because they get me what I want. Always.
Fine. So what do you want?
Don't tell me you're going to listen to this swaggering scruff!
We might as well hear him out. It's only natural that an ally of Sid's would seek assurances of strangers. Assuming he is an ally, of course. 5 years ago, he...
And yet even then I had more good sense than a man... Oh, fine. But enough. I want you to put an end to the trouble in Dalamil. Return to me when you have done so, and you shall have my aid. Until then, I bid you good day.
What?
Manners, Greybeard. One catches more damselflies with honey than with vinegar.
What did you call me?
My apologies. Follow the... Oh, but that was 3...
Ha! It will be easy. Solving his little riddle should be like dealing with him. child's play. Let us divide our forces, Clive. I'd rather not...
I thought we were the only ones causing trouble in Dalamil.
The misfortune Dalamil finds herself in is of a crystalline nature.
Master Lubor has high expectations of you. Don't disappoint him.
Do you have a mo...
Depends what.
Just a question.
Well, the soldiers guarding the Mother Crystal and the ship the Men of the Rock throw...
Is that so?
A word of advice, traveller. You see what's...
The Men of the Rock are Lord Cook's private guard. He must be a generous man. You know, they spend their time.
Excuse me.
You've heard?
I've heard rumors.
Damn thing. Pilfering the crystal. Us common folk. And it isn't as if we can buy...
A deposit?
Kneaded
to a silken softness, like eating a cloud.
You wouldn't believe how much he gave me.
Well, I hope you gave as good as you got.
What can I do?
I'm...
Oh, then...
You...
Don't be stupid. Don't want to be stuck under some poor...
No, just...
I think I'm starting to get an idea of what's been going on. I wonder if Uncle Byron's learned anything of use. He'll probably be back at the inn by now.
Carpets have pride of place in...
Why is the tavern shut?
It's you. What do you want?
I'm looking for my pal.
The gentleman who was with you? Yes.
Thank you.
The inn's a mess of blood-soaked splinters, thanks to you. The least you can do is let us clean up in peace. I told the guard those soldiers stuff.
Huh?
Will this suffice?
By the sands.
One of the many treasures in...
All right, but not...
What are you doing, Uncle? Care to explain?
Bait, my boy. And I do believe I've snagged us quite the quarry. I had no luck, of course. It's forbidden to... But my uncharacteristic indiscretion. They took me aside and said...
So the pearl was your...
I thought they'd asked for more. A small price to pay for it, but enough about my...
That the supply of crystals has dried up of late. Meanwhile, members of Kupka's private guard, I'll wager those soldiers you've been talking to have been siphoning off crystals.
I'll wager you're...
We'll meet with them then, and put an end.
Ha! That... It just goes to show, one should never underestimate a Rosfield. I arranged to meet with the soldiers in a secluded corner of the Velcroy, far from prying eyes.
The perfect place for a spot of double dealing.
I trust I can count on your support, if things turn sour.
Of course.
I need a drink.
Fucking men of the wrong.
Why's the tavern shut?
Clumsy lout.
Let's go.
Yeah!
Time to fight.
I'll take it.
I was beginning to think you weren't...
All the silver and stones I could...
You brought the whole 500...
That was the price we agreed upon.
Of course. Right.
Not bad at all. You weren't lying about the... authority. But what of security? If I were to be stopped on the road, what guarantee have I that it wouldn't be seized as...
Because these crystals are no longer the property of the... You're buying from them.
And we have no more jurisdiction here than you, my lord. But we have ships, and will gladly deliver to a port of your choosing, now that our price has been met.
Royalists, eh?
Why, to collect their share of Drake's Fang's blessing, of course. And being such good friends. And now that these crystals are officially property of the Kingdom of Waloed...
Did you get all that?
So... My lord, what is the meaning of this?
Double-crossing dogs. They're not here to do business. Kill them. Kill them both!
It's not over yet, Uncle!
Good! I'm just getting warmed up! Well, that wasn't too bad. How'd you like my performance, huh? I've often played the villain on the stage. I think I did the role justice. Don't you?
Greybeard, you were magnificent. The battle scene was particularly thrilling. Such a shame you didn't have more of an audience, but perhaps that's for the best.
How long have you been watching?
Long enough to witness your uncle's sordid transaction. I hardly expected one so venerable to degrade himself so thoroughly, buying one's way into the confidence of degenerates. Ingenious.
This was the trouble you spoke of. The men of the Rock taking crystals meant for the common folk and conspiring with the Royalists. Well, now it's over.
Indeed it is. The people of Dalimil had scarcely any... Until you two came along, that... Well, we'd better get these crystals back. It occurs to me that I still don't know your name.
Clive.
So, Sid the Second. Well, Clive, you held up your end. To tell the truth, you've helped a little there too. Many of the guards have already been and those left behind have been encouraged.
Thank you. And please allow me to... you still have the purse.
Oh.
And my name is not Greybeard.
No.
Of all the...
Here, wear it. Any friend of mine who sees you with it shall be a friend of yours.
Thank you.
And please, tell them that Rosina Dalimil...
Thanks, Achilles.
I'm trusting you, Cid. Or should I say, Clive. So be sure not to let me down. I have a reputation to uphold. Well then.
Thank you.
Not at all.
Come on, Uncle.
Clive. You and I... What? Alas. Still, ours is a blessed corner of the Velcroy. At least they did. So... how very... Of course, there's simply no... Don't be a stranger.
I've never even forged a butter knife before. Perhaps Forge Master Luber's having fun at my...
I wouldn't put it...
Oh, wait, sorry. I'm Sava, soon to be former. People are buying up weapons for... He wants me to make a carving knife, one that embodies the spirit. I don't suppose you...
I'm afraid not.
Never mind.
I could give... I know how busy...
I'd be a...
So...
Good question. And then there's this little
The way I see it, there's only one way we'll be solved. We need information.
You're right. But now, who... There's plenty of folk in Dalamil who use not... There's the butcher. Of course. They're bound to have an opinion or two about the tool. All right. I'll talk to every cook.
All right.
Let's hope this...
Trust Lubor to take a simple test and turn it into a riddle. I'd better get to it. You all right, boy?
Is it true what I'm hearing?
My carpets have...
Take a sniff, good sir. You'll be transformed.
Needed to a silken...
Welcome, sir.
A question. I need to know...
You a blacksmith?
Something.
Fair enough. First and foremost, give me a blade which can slice through any...
So a knife.
Put a knife with an edge like Odin's razor in my hand, and I'll make short work of any carcass.
Lights and pots! Everything I've worked for. All those years of...
Are you all right?
The baths on second thought.
That depends on...
I'd have you save my business. The baths. I've no doubt that... But I can't. I'm bound to the...
All right.
Wonderful. Leave these but my life... In all my years tending the baths...
The baths are, closed for...
Sweet incense!
Ah, they've opened the gate!
Lubor was true to his word.
Well, we can make our way back to the Fang now, at least.
What is it?
Sorry.
Hunter?
I have a question.
Oh. Has to be able to put up with some... Your knives?
Thank you.
All business, eh?
So, a carving knife should be hard-wearing and hold an edge. Hardly a revelation. Let's hope Sava had better luck than I did.
Can't you see I'm busy?
Well, this is no good. I was hoping to get out of the heat for a little while.
Is it true what I'm hearing?
The men of the Rock were carting off our crystals for themselves?
It would certainly explain why we haven't been getting our fair share of late.
Clive, you and I... What? Alas. Still. Best of luck.
So, you learn anything?
Only that a blade should be due.
All the cooks are too heavy.
So we're no better off. Perhaps, Lubor? That can't be... No.
No doubt you're right. I have to make...
Agreed.
Right. I've been trained. Trouble is, it's Eve, meaning someone is...
Is there no one else you can turn to?
The other apprentices know. A merchant. A fate. I bet she'd know.
Is it true what I'm hearing? That the men of the Rock are carting off our...
Clumsy lout.
The most fragrant herbs and
fresh bread, warm from the oven. Here, have a taste.
Weights and pods!
Sweet incense!
We should get going soon. Do you have water?
Ah, I'm not too late.
What is it, Luke?
A question that I... Where is it that you're bound?
To Drake's Fang.
Then allow me to... Drake's Fang is current... Selmeki and Waloed are allies, and as you have seen, their soldiers work hand in... But no nation has ever before allowed a foreign...
Not by choice,
And there's more. A man on the inside of the Fang has failed to report for... I fear there may be... If you're determined to beard the lion's den, then promise me one thing. I've lost one Cid already.
I don't plan on dying.
Well.
Drake's Fang should be just beyond these springs. Shall we... press on?
Come on, girl, the gate's open now, we can press on. Don't tell me you put down roots.
Something awful's taken up residence in the springs. We'll turn back.
Broken down, you say? From the weight of its load?